Very aesthetic view, isn't it? It's lovely angles. Just voguing. Oh good, into that song. Start of the next. Okay. 28%. We're making okay progress. I'm not too disappointed with how this is going. Honestly, this is going much better than I initially expected when it comes to the outside of this thing. Really thought that it would just slow way down every time I popped outside, but it's actually been alright. This layer, at least, is treating me okay. Oh, here we go. See, I was a little bit let down, not gonna lie, when the Persona 5 dancing game, rhythm game, didn't seem to have layer cake as a option, when it is unquestionably the banger of all bangers from that game. Power Simulator is now a rhythm game. I will be taking no further questions. Completely lost track of like which side I even started on and how far around I'm meant to be now. I know I was meaning to do more of this top entranceway than I ended up doing last time. Really not sold on what the best way to even do this is. Do I do side to side? Do I do up down? I don't even know anymore. I think so long as I'm cleaning it in a pretty consistent fashion, it won't make any difference. Do the back side of the front at least. I'll probably leave the whole, like, front face, like this whole entranceway down the front side until last. Because I'm going to assume that that's probably the angle that the time-lapse will be looking at it. So I can leave that till last, perhaps. And just throw the scaffolding in front or something to clean it all off. But if I get all of the bits in behind, at least... Actually, this thing's super tall, so maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do some of the bits down the bottom last instead. It might even be a case of doing like some of the figureheads and stuff last. Do the front side of them first, and then come up here and do the back side last. Then I can just finish off being standing on the pyramid itself. Be kind of funny. What I should have done is not done the top first. I should have waited and done the very top bit last so I could just be standing right on top of it when the time-lapse finishes. But I'm really bad at planning these things out, it turns out. Maybe we can be standing up here instead or something. Some really annoying angles though. How can I tell whether or not that's clean in there? It certainly isn't on this side. It doesn't look like it is. Oh no, it's just shadowed. Okay. Let's clean up that with some ore on this bit. So we're starting to get down to the point that we've got ore again. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Well, I guess that gives me an option for finishing up the top here, as I'll leave cleaning off that until later. It's probably a good idea anyway, because I don't know how thorough I'll need to be with it. So it gives me the chance to not have to clean everything. Okay, well, I'll do this side first. Some weird little seams with the textures here. Looks like they got a little bit confused with the dirt mapping. Oh well. This is a big thing. Entrance pediment. They didn't even think to make the roof separate, it seems. We haven't had a ding in a long time. Starting to get withdrawals. That's further away than it seems. It's not actually cleaning enough without like the short extension or something, even though it doesn't seem that far away. Probably want to have... I guess this is where the scaffold looks like the top of the scaffold would be just lower than this point, so that should be good for use. I just need to make sure to get the top bits, like the roof sections, basically. But all of the front bits should be okay. All the front facings I should be able to do from the scaffold, I think. Oh, there's ore on this, is there? Yeah, looks like it. Yup. Well, again, that's probably better to get from the scaffold. Let's do the side bits. We're probably going to have to put it on, like, over here and over there. I won't be able to put it just, like, right in front. I love this blue that they have. And I appreciate that the gold color is more of a sandstone. It's not like bright gold or anything. It's a really nice combination. In fact, it matches the color scheme pretty well of my basic washer. Coincidence? I mean, this is not the original skin you start with, this is a separate one. I did buy cosmetics in this. I didn't buy any other upgrades, but I did get cosmetics and extensions. Just not a new washer, that's all. Been using this so long, I've forgotten what the original skin is even like. Maybe we should go retro. There you go. Back to basics. Maybe that's just correct and proper for finishing this off. I'm still going to wear my orange suit though, so... No, I think I prefer the fact that Space Cadet... They should have called it something other than Space Cadet. Because then it would suit this aesthetic perfectly, because we've got the yellow, we've got the white, and we've got the blue. And instead of the logo being like the star with a wing, if it was like a trident or something. Wasted opportunity. Could have had some quality foreshadowing. Just had, like, the Atlantis skin. And then you get to this map and go, oh. I guess that would be more appropriate for the Pro anyway. Because that's what you'd normally have. I'm just an idiot. I've given up on going around in circles for now on this, because we've hit the bits where it's all disrupted anyway, so we're just gonna finish off this wall in its entirety. Now, at what point does it cross over? Right, at the bottom of the blue section, it changes. We've got a little ledge that we can stand on here. Okay. Do as far as the wall, so we've mostly done the pediment, not the wall. Boing! And now we need to do the rest of the roof. Couldn't they have called this entrance roof and made it separate to the rest of the pediment? Would be nice. I will never get over how nice it is just to see stuff, though, covered in muck like this. Just coming up nice and clean. So fresh, so clean. Every time I think that I might be going too slow and that I could go too fast, I go a little bit too fast and leave something behind. It's like, okay, yeah, I could go faster for some of it, but there's just enough stuff that's tough enough that I do have to go a little bit more slowly, and I'm fairly sure the green will not do this stuff anyway. Right, now, the other side of the entranceway here. Now, I'll clean off here, I guess. All of these angles, and it's like, how can you be the same thing that I'm cleaning? But it's all the same. Ah, no. Thankfully, it's easy to run up a pyramid, it turns out. All of this is the pediment as well, is it? Oh, see, I'd have thought this would have been something else. For the, like, the decorations and everything. We've got shell feature on the front, at least. I'm gonna have to get the other side of these angles as well, probably. So I think with the scaffolding, I'm probably gonna have to put it on one side and then in the front. And then on the other side. That's fine. How did I do this stuff on the other side? I just like... I guess I just did a little bit of this. Maybe I didn't. I could just be remembering incorrectly, and maybe I just didn't do it from the other side. And more ore on that stuff as well. And once again, this is where it would be really nice to be able to say, hey, I'm left-handed now. Or can I just hold this in my left hand? Cool. I normally don't have stuff with lyrics in playlists like this, but it's just small amounts. It's like a trance song. A little bit too far away to clean it nicely. Yeah. A little bit annoying. Well, if I get it closer to the pyramid, then I can stand on the pyramid and I'll be able to clean it. So this is again the bit between the pediment and the wall. Let's just put a bloody extension on. Why am I trying to make this more difficult to myself than it needs to be? It's already a hard enough map. The last thing I need is just to be faffing around and making it even harder. Let's just use an extension. This is not a stubby only run. That would be literally impossible. There are certain maps that you might be able to do without an extension. This would not be one of them because there's all the like ceilings inside where even the extra long extension was barely enough. Well, we've done as much as we can on this entrance pediment piece. That hopefully, when we get around the front with some scaffolding, we'll be able to finish off the rest. Now let's see if we can finish off the rest of the pyramid wall. Nice. That is the first ding that I've had in probably half an hour. Because I don't think I've had a single ding since I started back from my break. And before then, it was a long time as well, because we were just doing these walls. I think probably since I finished the gallery floor, I don't think I've had a single ding. Or maybe the archways, I guess, the entrance archways. Getting some serious withdrawals though. It's where you kind of wish they just put in just a few little decorations or something on these entrance areas, just like a little carving or filigree on the outside that you'd just be able to clean across and just scratch that ding itch. We're just going to finish off these walls now separately rather than going round and round and round. We want to get it down to the point of where we're going to the lower wall area, which I believe is, yeah, underneath this bit. And then we will do the full entranceway frontage as well. And we can still do it layer by layer, I guess, in this section. Probably be standing above it and like spraying down. I don't know how good that would be though. Actually, that's a really awkward angle, I think. Yeah, and then I can't see what I'm doing. Never mind. That was short-lived. Yeah, it's probably better safety-wise rather than standing on slippery seaweed, but this is a game. Seems this bit doesn't actually have like block divisions or anything. Ah, here's the barnacles. I knew it was coming. I knew this was too good to last. We were ticking up the percentages far too much. Yep, straight away onto the next layer down. Whatever it is about this blue paint is apparently barnacle resistant, or this blue, maybe it's marble or something, and it's just a nice smooth surface, so there isn't anywhere for barnacles to kind of clench into, but apparently the white stone underneath is not as resistant. And here we have the barnacles. Yay! Should I grab the scaffolding for doing this bit? Probably should, to be honest, for this entranceway piece, especially the designs and stuff up the top. We can do the inside here at least. There we go. I've done the ceiling, looks like. I haven't done the back side of this figurehead very well, though. Should probably try and do as many of the awkward angles that I'm not going to be able to get from in front now. And then I'll worry about the rest of it later. Okay. Well, we'll position the scaffolding in such a way as I can do it from two sides anyway. We'll do angles. Assuming I can. It's a bit of an awkward area in front. It's probably just wide enough. I would hope that they made sure that it's wide enough. Otherwise there's not much point giving me the scaffolding if I can't use it for the bits where it's actually useful. Once again, this has become a rhythm game. I love songs where it's like the guitar is singing. Like, it's saying words. You might not understand what they are saying, but you know what it is meaning. Like, you can feel what it means. Words are useful and all, but sometimes they're not necessary. Nice. Appropriate song called Willpower. You need a lot of that to finish this challenge. We've already gotten through some levels that needed a lot of willpower. And the end of this one will be no different. No, we weren't going around, were we? We were just going to go back. Is this entrance at a lower level or something? Feels like it's at a lower level than around the front. I guess maybe it is. Certainly a lower level than the side one. Just imagine a world where each of these blocks was an individual ding. What a wonderful world we would live in. A world of peace, where every block was a ding. At least it gives me some nice little sections to do on the massive big wall, but I really would like it if they were broken up a little bit more. At least this entrance bit gives me something to stand on. And now we'll just go down to the lower wall layer. Oh, there's more barnacles. Like an unwelcome guest on a kids' TV show. Oh no, it's barnacles. You know, the guest that no one likes, but you have to show tolerance for because that's the lesson of today's show. That's the barnacles. Hi, I'm Barnacle Bill. Look, my headcanon for this game is more interesting than the real lore, okay? So, come on, Barnacle Bill, why can't you be more like Molly Moss and just be so easy to clean? Molly Moss and Alice the Algae are just they're so much easier to get along with. The position of this entryway gives me a little bit of a quandary. I don't know whether to clean it the top of it now as part of the wall section I have been doing. I think I'll just leave it for the lower section. When I get around to it on the lower section, then I'll do that entranceway. There we go. Ding! Another big wall done. This was the last one, I think, now, because I've done the front wall around the entranceway. This should be the final bit. That's the middle wall. It's still named the same as the lower wall, but we know in our hearts that it's different. It's not the same as those lower walls. It doesn't have Barnacle Bill. This bit of music always reminds me a little bit of something from Star Wars. Okay, on to the blue stuff. Of course it has to be the lower level of the wall, which being a pyramid means it's the largest surface area. That is the bit that has barnacles on, which means I'm gonna pretty much just have to red nozzle the whole thing. I mean, we're gonna go over it with a rinse cycle first, just to make sure that we're exposing just the bits that have the barnacles. But I suspect that's still gonna leave a lot of square area that has to be turboed or red nozzled. Now what we're going to do here is we'll finish off doing the wall, but because the scaffold is actually on this side already, we'll just run up it and do the facing of this entranceway now, before we take it around the back. The interesting thing about this level, in some respects, is these bits that I'm doing now, even if I was using a more powerful washer, like I'd be able to use maybe the green nozzle. I doubt I'd get away with using the white nozzle even so. So I'd maybe be able to be using the green, which this, as you can see, does not help. Well, it will clean it if you go really slowly, but at that point, if you have to go slower in order to achieve the same result, you may as well just be able to go faster. You've got a thinner track, you're having to swipe more, but it's a lot easier to do that and move quickly than to go back and forth really slowly. But like the Pro Washer, I doubt that the white would be enough, and even that, like it's twice as wide an angle, we'd still be having to cover a lot of ground. The main gain of using the better washers will be when it comes to shifting barnacle bill down here. Because with that, the yellow would just cut straight through, I'm fairly sure. Whereas with this, even going really slowly, the yellow just does not do anything. You must use the red or turbo nozzles. And even then, you have to go slowly with the red nozzle. So that's going to be the big difference. But for a lot of it, it actually works out pretty much the same. I think the strategy would be the same, we'd just be using a different nozzle for this section of it. Basically we'd be doing the whole thing with either the white or green nozzle, whichever was enough to shift this stuff off the surface. And then we'd be worrying about how to do the rest. Okay, so what bits have I missed on this wall? Is it just a case of random specks in various places? I was not expecting to have this problem. Let's clear away these bits just in case. Because that bit's the archway, not the wall. I'm just wondering if there's a bit of an angle here, and because we've got the barnacles, maybe they've just spread just a little bit too far. Well, seems not. I think this is just a spray and pray situation. So there must just be enough random spots that we've missed. Just over the general surface area. Okay. Certain songs just make you feel good, you know. This is one of them. Right, so extra long extension. Will this even clean? Just? Can I move the scaffolding closer? Yes. Good. Let's move it closer and maybe to the side. I guess that's fine. Close as we can get. To the top. Okay. That's better. That appears to be sufficient. There is an angle there, though, that we're not going to reach, so we needed to actually move it on the side more. This is too flat. Unless I did that from the side when I was doing the wall, but I can't remember. A little bit slower than this. I mean, it's kind of silly of me to be doing these bits down there from up here, because I could have done them standing right in front of it. Not sure quite why I didn't. Okay, I need to stop just talking about how I need to move this, and just... Whoa, okay, where have you gone? There we go. Move this across here instead. We'll have a better angle while I'm talking about it. Let's do the smart thing and just clean this bit right here. There we go. Do the undersides of a lot of this stuff as well. Yeah, but we can also do that from the scaffold on the lower level. Oh hey, that was enough of the archway, it seems. All of this stuff here still had stuff on it, and apparently that didn't matter, so that's good to know. Okay, that's quite forgiving, thank you. Let's go long. And there's the side. Okay, that was also really forgiving. Never mind. Turns out maybe I didn't need to move this over here after all, because I thought I was going to have to do the side of the figurehead from here. Apparently not. Cool. I mean, so long as we're doing it at least to the halfway point like we just have done, then I guess, well, maybe we'll just go down a level, because there's the bit underneath, and that's something I can't get from the bottom either. So let's just do that. Cool, now we move this back this way. Wow. There was so much still on that. Okay, game. If you're going to be that generous, please do it where it really matters when I come to do the barnacles. Okay, thanks, bye. This I was gonna do later. Let's do this here. It's a lot quicker if I run up here and then... Okay, never mind. It would be if I actually jumped. Okay. Anyway. Oops. I love it when you run up the outside of a stairwell. So if it's going to be as forgiving on this side, then that's very good for me. Get as much of these decorations as we can. We know that it's just gonna go ding spontaneously at some point, well in advance of when it's supposed to, but... underneath of that section there. There's the figurehead. It's like a dinosaur. It's kind of weird. You'd expect like a seahorse or something. Wow, so much left. Wow, okay. Like, I'm not going to complain, but at the same time, I'm kind of complaining. Now, I can't really tell from this distance what's got that ore on it. Also, I was going to leave the entranceway until last, so I should probably do that and not continue with this. But I could at least do, like, the figureheads or something. Am I too far away to even clean that from here? Probably. It still says that it's hitting it, or it still looks like it's hitting it, but I don't know if it actually is. Can't see what's still remaining to be cleaned on these. Do these have some more on them as well? No? Doesn't look like it. Maybe? Oh, there we go. This one definitely did. Don't know what makes this one different, but apparently this one has more. And the rest we might have to do from the scaffold in front to get a good angle on it. Wing. And over here, we don't need the long one, that's for sure. Turbo. Okay, this still thinks it's got a lot to do. let's now go. And across. Oh, come on, take my jump. Rude. Okay, well this is why it wasn't dinging, because we can see all of the dirt underneath. That explains that. How about to do this bit? Once again, we're feeling a little bit like a dentist. Bada ding, bada doom. Right. What do we do now? Inside, I guess. Let's go inside again. We're gonna do. The gnome keeps going back. We go there. Statue, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, statue. How hard are you gonna be to clean? Extremely. Cool. You have ore on you. I really wish I had a ladder. I didn't see one. I don't think I have one. Should probably do this from, like, the gallery, actually, come to think of it. Why am I parkouring on this guy again when I already determined that the best way to get up was to do it from out the side here? Too late. Okay. First wash cycle. I mean, I would do him last, except that I'm fairly sure that the time lapse is not going to be inside. If it is, oh well, we'll know for next time, when it'll be much easier. It's finished doing the rinse. Why is this statue so tall? Come on. Why do you have to be so big? So a lot of it is just a case of it's far away. See you, Razor. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for coming along. My brain is fried. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time. We're not going to be going much more, I don't think. Maybe we'll squeeze in another session after the next break, but if I can finish off the statue, that's probably a good place to finish anyway. And yeah, I might look up about some of the Subnautica modding and see how hard it is. Or I'll just leave it to the people who actually know what they're doing, because that's probably easier. Because the statue symbol is distinct, so we should do this separately. Why it's separate, but it is. Weird that it's, like, orange. Oh, and the trident is also separate. Alright. These symbol things look like the stuff you pick up in Sonority. Reminds me, I need to check if Indiethon have released their schedule yet to see if either of my runs got accepted. I'm not optimistic, but it would be a bit of fun. They were looking for games, so hopefully. Why does it feel like the trident is just not getting any cleaner? I don't know what other angles I can get on this thing. It's really tricky. We can stand right on top of it, I guess. Might be what it comes down to. It was so hard just to stay up there without falling off. %36% clean is nice though. If I can get a squeeze out a little bit more, it'll be even better, but hey, it's a good start and it's steady progress. We've slowed down a little bit obviously by coming inside here. But we got the biggest density of percentage from outside as well by just doing the middle pyramid. Now that we have confirmed that there's barnacles on the lower sections, that's going to take longer anyway, so... I just wish I had just, even my little stool, I don't remember seeing either my stool or the ladder. No, I don't even have my little step stool. In addition to the lean ladder and the step stool, I wish there was a little step ladder that you could just, like an A-frame sort of ladder that you could put down, because just having a little bit of extra height would be really good for this. So the podium is separate. But just having like a couple of meters of elevation to get some better angles on the statue would be so nice. But there's not really anything around the room that I can stand on. Like if the pillars had a little bit of a wider base, that would also be handy. If they had like a plinth and then a pillar on top would have been really useful. Just a few little design elements that would have been nice just for quality of life's sake. If in doubt, we can just stand on this thing at least. Oops, and fall off again. Again, we just keep accidentally hitting right click and cancelling our auto spray. Is this part of the statue or is this something else? No, that is part of the statue, even though he's like standing on something. Don't know what that's meant to be, but it is definitely something. Basically, it's just a case of doing the parkour that we were doing to climb the statue earlier, but looking down to spray at things as well. Come on, get up here. Thank you. A few of these little angle pieces. Don't know how forgiving it's going to be, 'cause it's, I mean, it is a big statue, but it's not huge. Stand on a knee. I used to be a power washer like you, and then I took a sprayer to the knee. Get a bit of a better angle of the trident here. Once again, I think we're probably going to have to stand on top of it to get any better. Spray the crap out of his face. Stand on his shoulders probably to get the rest of that. Spray the hand. Okay, we get a really good look at the symbol. I feel like we're standing too close even for the stubby, that's the annoying thing. Interestingly, if I look on a bit of an angle and then spray across, then it's not so bad. But it still feels way too close. I'm not sure if there's a good place to stand behind. Okay, we can stand right here though, so that's handy. That's not an angle I expected, but sure. That's just... It's like it's right in front, which it isn't, because it's actually further back than the tripod bit, but the angle it's doing is really weird. I don't think it understands its own geometry in some of this stuff. And if it doesn't, how am I supposed to? Stand on the backpack to do some stuff as well. Good. What more is there on this trident? It's just tiny little things. It's just standing on one of the points of the trident, don't mind me. Liberally spray randomly in order to try and chip away little bits here and there. Same thing with the main statue as well. Probably have to do the same thing from like underneath to try and get some of the bits of the points. Like underneath where I am. It'd be lovely to get a ding for my efforts before I have to take another break, but might just have to pick up afterwards on this statue in general. I don't even know what I'm standing on at this point. Random pixels that happen to be protruding from the backpack. Up, and we fall again. Thanks. Can't tell if that's shadow or dirt still. Once again, it's where I really wish they had like a scope so I could see exactly what I'm aiming at. I can't zoom in my eyes far enough to be able to see exactly... Oh, good. There's the trident. managed to get just enough. Oh, and the statue. Excellent. Okay, so we clearly did a good enough job when we were up there. If in doubt, spray randomly with a red nozzle and you're bound to get something. In fact, use the turbo because then it does splash damage. That's even better. God, the backpack is so nearly done now. Thank you. Symbol is also very nearly done now. Is there a bit, like, from above that I'm missing, though? No, perfect. That is all of the statue components done. Excellent! That is a perfect time to take a break. We will be back again in a few minutes' time. Have a stretch, have a drink. See you later.